We definitely did the opposite of method acting.
Yes.
We definitely hung out.
We also did that strange thing of going, oh, it's great, we've got months, we've got ages, and then suddenly it was the end of the movie, and we hadn't hung out nearly enough. So now we have to do another one.
Disney, do you want to call us?
Yeah, we'll just call the movie Two Women Hanging Out.
Two women hanging out at Emma T's.
Yeah.
I like it. I like your place.
My only true love, darling. I live for furs. I worship furs. After all, is there a woman in all this wretched world who doesn't?
Cruella de Vil first appeared on screen in the 1961 Disney classic 101 Dalmatians, and then in 1996 was brought to life by actress Glenn Close in the live-action remake.
But it's my only true love, darling. I live for fur. I worship fur. After all, is there a woman in all this wretched world who doesn't?
Now, 60 years after the release of the original, Disney is giving one of Hollywood's most notorious villains an origin story in the highly anticipated film Cruella, starring Academy Award winners Emma Stone and Emma Thompson.
What was your name?
Cruella.
Stone plays the iconic title role Cruella de Vil, while Thompson appears as the devastatingly chic Baroness von Hellman.
Whether you have the killer instinct is the big question.
I hope I do.
The film will be released May 28th in theaters and on Disney Plus Premier Access. For Stone, who also serves as executive producer, the film was a long time coming.
I first started talking to Disney about this project about 4 years before we actually made it. It was an idea that they had had to do the origin story of Cruella, and obviously they had done Maleficent before, but that was the only sort of villain origin story that they had done. And so I was very, very interested in the idea of getting to explore Cruella because she's just such a fun and, you know, she's so camp and over the top and hilarious and dark and brilliant character. And so I was very, very interested. And then it just kind of took a while for all the pieces to come together and wind up to be Craig Gillespie directing it, and Tony McNamara, who I'd worked with before on The Favorite, came in to sort of do a whole overhaul of the script and wrote just incredibly brilliant dialogue. And it really came together in a way that felt finally for the first time like, let's go make this movie. And then Emma T was playing the Baroness, and I think I literally jumped up and down when I got a text message saying that you were interested in playing the Baroness. I could not believe it. I've loved her for so long and been such a huge fan of hers for so long. So it was, it really became something incredibly exciting and enticing, and it was many years in the making.
It was a very different journey for me, though, because I hadn't known about it at all. And then it suddenly it hove into view like a ship coming through fog, fully formed, with you at the helm, you know, like tied on, like one of those pirate ship ladies going, "Hi, Thompson, it's our turn to play." And I was like, yep, I'm in. It's fine. I'll do anything. Seriously, I'll play a vase. I'll play a vase. Seriously. I'll just stand in the corner like that. Because I've wanted to work with Stone for so long.
Why are you speaking?
I think you've literally...
High fashion also plays a huge role in the film, and the dazzling costumes were created by two-time Oscar winner Jenny Bevan.
The looks of the characters were so much fun and such an interesting we were talking about this a little bit earlier because the characters were sort of built from the outside in. I mean, once you have this incredible makeup and they put a black and white wig on you and, you know, this beautiful, beautiful costuming, it really felt like then all of a sudden you could become someone so, I mean, at least for me, Cruella obviously is a character in a book, but she's also a cartoon character. And so there is something about it that feels so over the top kind of inherently, but with that, all of that put on, it felt like you could go there safely and really just like inhabit something so far from, well, it's not that far from who I am, I guess. It's eerily similar,
you're very
actually.
like her, really,
I know,
you are.
we're a lot alike. Anyway, you know, I could play me with a black and white wig, you know? It was great.
We used to come on set and each time we hadn't seen each other's outfits. So we would just come on set and spend the first 5 minutes of the rehearsal while Craig was trying to get us to work going, oh my God, what have you... Look, well, hang on, what is that? Is that tulle? Is that leather? Oh my God, that's leather. That's so brilliant. So we were very boring about our clothes. Mm-hmm. We went on and on and on. And actually, Emily's got a line in the film where she says, just before an action sequence,
I'd like to remind you all that I'm doing this in heels.
I'd just like to point out that I'm doing all of this in heels. I think we did very well because neither of us is natural heel wearers.
No.
And you know, we didn't actually, I did get injured once mildly, but that was when I was coming downstairs in heels, carrying a wine glass with a wig a foot tall on my head, a long dress, and 3 Dalmatians. So, you know, I mean, who can survive that? No one.
Thompson's larger-than-life wardrobe also helped create one of her most memorable moments from the shoot.
Actually, the thing that comes into my head was not being able to get to set one day and having to get on the London Underground in my wig, makeup, and costume in order to get to the set.
I forgot about that day.
And thinking it was Sunday morning and no one would notice. I was running. I had slippers on, and this massive rig, and I got on the tube. It was absolutely rammed with people and tourists. And here's the interesting thing: no one took any notice. I think they thought I'll tell you what I think they thought. They thought I was a drag artist on their way home from work at the end of the night.
At 7
It was a Sunday morning. There was a protest going on in London. We couldn't get anywhere, and I had to get on the tube. And that's something that will stay with me for a long time. But actually, partly because of the sort of tolerance of the London Underground, which was, yes, of course, there's a person with makeup that's just, you know, and a wig this high. Literally, I had to bend down in the tube it was, yeah.
That was an insane day. I completely forgot about that. There was also, on the second day of filming, I was on a motorcycle rig in front of Buckingham Palace, and it had been kind of shut down, and we were going around and around, and that was pretty incredible, too.
Yeah.
There were some really, I mean, we were in some amazing locations. We were able to see a lot.
Oh my
There were some
God,
really
yeah.
great locations.
I want to make art, and I want to make trouble.
Both Cruella and the Baroness are fairly complicated characters, and like a lot of actors, the Emmas agree it can be more fun playing bad than good.
I'll just have to destroy her as we have so many before. Find her.
I loved it. I feel I've grown into it. I feel I'm growing towards monstrosity year by year. And yeah, I'm just getting more and more difficult and unpleasant. No acting required, really.
No, none. I was like, well, you could try to play the character, Emma. And she was like, nope. I'm just gonna improvise. Did she improvise the whole thing? To be honest, because you see the origin of Estella into Cruella, it didn't feel, I mean, I was kind of jealous of Ems because she is just kind of like monstrous from the beginning.
You really are a psycho.
I mean, it's just a fantastic, like, there's not even a thought of anyone else. You just really get to lean into it. Whereas Estella, you because you are watching her origin, how she became this way,
That's ugly.
That's cruel. Her name's Estella, not Cruella.
you know, she becomes kind of bad. But you also see she's not all bad.
Yeah, and you realise, like, as you watch her becoming bad, you know, you realise why. And all those sort of traumas, actually, that she goes through, discovering, you know, what has really happened in her life.
You have a bit of an extreme side.
Whereas the Baroness was clearly not the full picnic right from the start.
Right.
Or dropped on her head when she was a baby kind of thing. Because she's just got attachment issues.
Yeah.
But, you know, in a sort of cataclysmic way, she just can't.
A sort of
relate.
malignant narcissism that is really fun.
Totally. Yeah.
Really fun.
Really. Oh, so much fun to play. You know, I got to throw vegetables at my staff and
And a
just
chair.
be And a chair. The chair.
There is
I
a chair.
forgot that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to just be so bad. Oh, I was thrilled.
It's one of my favorite parts of the movie. Emma throws a chair at someone, and the woman's like, "Ah," and she goes, "You're in the way." And it's amazing. You'll have to watch and see her deliver it actually well.
What now?
I've got a few ideas.
I just want everyone to be able to go and have such a good time and really revel in the richness of the visuals, because I think that's so what we need at the moment, a film that just takes you and lifts you and takes you on a wonderful ride that has so much to look at, so much to listen to, and so much story to take away. In just a proper entertainment. I feel like I need that.